Hello everyone, this is Caleb Simpson here from ZeldaDungeon.net, and you are watching our video walkthrough for The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask. We've just completed the Great Bay Temple, and our next objective is to go to Ikana Canyon to the east. Now, majority of this chapter is actually going to be optional collection. That's a big, huge chunk of it is going to be just collection. But if you're more interested in just skipping ahead to the main quest stuff that's required, then go ahead and skip to the third video of this chapter, where we will go and get the Garo Mask. So, first two videos here encompass all of the cool stuff we can do just after completing the Great Bay Temple. Now, before we enter the temple itself, we play the New Wave Bossa Nova for Lulu, which restored her voice. Immediately after that, the band members have gathered here inside Zora Hall to rehearse before the Carnival of Time. Now, you technically could have done this earlier, but it feels more fitting to do it right now after the temple. So speak with the various band members if you like. It's totally optional, you don't have to do this. Just speak with Lulu once you're ready to start the rehearsal. When you're done messing around, you want to exit Zora Hall and start swimming towards the shore. If you collected all 15 stray fairies within the Great Bay Temple along with me, then it's time to head to the fairy fountain in this area and collect the reward, which is well worth it. You can swerve around to avoid these skullfish along the way, or just simply swim through them with the R button to kill them. Now, there's a ton of little platforms that are out here that are suspiciously right next to the shore, and they lead out along the wall, so you can follow them and jump along and use the hookshot to grapple onto the trees that are on each one of these islands ahead. There's a single Gwei that's out here that will reappear if you stay here too long, so after you defeat it, be sure to move along quickly so that it doesn't reappear and hit you in the back. Once you get to the end of the path, you need to use either bombs or the blast mask to blow up the big boulders that are here and enter the cave to find the fairy fountain. Now, if you didn't find all these stray fairies in this temple, you can either refer to the last chapter, so you can follow along with me and get them when I do, or you can go to our website and check out the Stray Fairies guide and track down all the ones you have missed. Alright, so this reward increases your defense and puts lines around all of your heart containers. This halves incoming damage, so it basically just doubled your life, which is pretty awesome. Ironically, one of the best places that this would have been very helpful for is when fighting Gyorg, the boss of the Great Bay Temple, which is what we needed to do in order to get this prize. You technically, of course, could just get all the stray fairies and then leave the temple and get the prize and then re-enter the temple and complete the boss, but I don't know, it would be kind of out of our way to do that. Anyway, so once you're all done here, it's time to soar over to Great Bay Coast. Now with the Great Bay Temple complete, the waters of Great Bay are now returning to their normal temperature, so fish are no longer boil to death and can safely migrate back. The murky water is slowly dissipating, but it's still hanging around for now, so you technically can't leave or anything. Lulu's voice is back, but that was because we played the New Wave Bossa Nova for her, not because of the boss being defeated. So, as far as gameplay is concerned, completing the temple didn't change this area at all. How boring. Anyway, in the middle of Great Bay Coast, there's a little stretch of land that sticks out to the north, and if it's night, there's actually a torch that's lit there, and you can approach it, and the sign here says that the Fisherman has a game, and it instructs you to ride the boat, which automatically travels all on its own to take you to these islands up ahead. Phantom boat, so spooky. So once you're close enough, you want to use your hookshot to latch onto the tree on this island here. You want to wait until the red dot appears on the tree, and then just press the button, and then don't use your analog stick again. Like, just wait as soon as the dot appears, press it, and then you should grab on just fine. So hopefully you'll make it the first time and not have to circle around with the boat a second time, or even a third. But anyways, go chat with the fisherman, and he apparently is all like, "Hey there, I'd let you play my game, but I gotta take a break. You know, stand here and do the exact same thing I've been doing for the past 11 hours straight." Apparently he takes an hour-long break every 6 a.m. and 6 p.m., and I didn't actually realize that until I recorded this video. So I have one question. Why is this necessary, Nintendo? I mean, my goodness, he's just out here in the middle of nowhere, and it's not like he wanders off or anything. He's just twiddling his thumbs right in front of us. So pointless. Why even include that? Why can't we just play his stupid game? That's what he's out here for. I don't know. Anyway, once it's 7 o'clock or later, you want to talk to him and fork over the 20 rupees to begin. There are 4 torches that are on these little islands, and only one of them is lit for a few seconds. And the goal is to jump to the lit torch before it unlights in order to get points. If you get there too late, then you will not get the points, and you'll have to try again. So you have 2 minutes to get at least 20 points, but the camera angle here is a little weird, so I highly recommend that instead you use Z-targeting to your advantage, making the camera look in the direction that you want to jump. So jump to a platform, turn the direction you want to jump, Z-target so you're facing there, and then run straight forward. Only the direction you should ever be pressing on the analog stick is forward. So that makes this quite a bit easier. So they give you way too much time, way more than you need to complete this challenge, so do not panic. Like, do not try and rush to do this. Just take it slow, work on one torch at a time, and it's not that hard, you know, but if you do fall in the water, you will have to start over again. So just turn around, face the direction you want to jump, and then hold in Z, so that you're facing straight forward, and then just hold forward on the analog stick. It's really easy. Alrighty, so I'm just going to kind of fast forward through the rest of this. It's all the same, I mean, just jumping back and forth, but you already saw how I'm doing this. Anyways, so as long as we're waiting, I'll just make a quick observation. The fisherman was upset earlier because the water was murky, thus he couldn't fish. I mean, I'd be upset too if that happened to me, but now the water's clearing up and the fish have returned, so he abandons his career and starts up a jumping game in the middle of the ocean. So, how does this make any sense at all? Shouldn't it be the other way around? Like, you know, he has the jumping game when the water's murky, and then he goes back to fishing once the water's clear? I mean, that would make sense. That would be logical. But no, this is a video game. Everything has to be all screwed up. So as you can see, I easily got 31 points, and I only needed about 20. So the first time you complete this challenge with 20 points or more, then he'll sigh regretfully and fork over a piece of heart, and then he mumbles about how he's going to lose his business if he's just losing money this way. Okay, so there are still a few more things we can now do in that the Great Bay Temple is completed, so soar over to Woodfall and join me for the next video where I'll show you how to hunt down some frogs. Oh yeah!